Today, we're going to discuss all about what makes you unique. What unique magic were you born with? So stay tuned and we're going to get all into it over here at Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. So today we're going to be doing a pop-up reading and I'll be using the Earth and Bone Oracle deck. And we're just going to shuffle it up and the cards that come out will be the picks for each group. Sometimes they pop out and sometimes I'm drawn to pick them. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle them up. And I just want to say a warm hello to everyone who is new to the channel. Welcome in, welcome in. And I want to shout out to all my subscribers and members. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate all of you. Right now, my comments are all messed up. I've notified YouTube, but for some reason, I'm having a hard time seeing them. So just so you guys know, that's going on. So weird Mercury retrograde, right? Okay, so let's get into this. And yeah, so tell me about my group one, the unique magic you were born with. My group one, give me a card. My group one. One card. Okay. We have Ascension. Wow. Straight off the bat. Ascension. Transformation, end of cycle, beginnings. The unique magic you were born with. Aquarian energy, right off the bat. I feel also Scorpio energy as well. Put that here. I don't know if you can really see it because of the glare. Of course, there's always something that messes with my plan. If you watched me before, you know me and the cards sometimes. All right, give me card number 2. Ooh, card number 2. Okay, we have roots, ancestry, legacy, tradition. Your unique magic that you were born with. Okay, again, and it doesn't want to. It wants to be a problem. Okay, there. I'll show them to you again. Okay, I'll show them to you up close. Let me just pull them first. Oh, okay, these popped. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one I feel? Okay, the pack, inner work, deep connections, soul tribe. Okay, let's look at them. Hopefully on the camera, actually. That would be nice. Do they not fit? Probably. Listen, I had a plan. I always have a plan, but sometimes my plan is disrupted. The camera's right here. Okay. One of these days. Okay, so group 1, you are Ascension. And it says transformation, end of cycle, and beginnings. You are group 1. Beautiful card. Unique magic you were born with. Pack, inner work, deep connections, soul tribe. But you might have an inner wolf. Maybe the wolf means something to you spiritually. Maybe you have a wolf as a spirit guide or animal totem. Inner work, deep connection, soul tribe. Beautiful energy. I love these cards. They're amazing. All right, so those are your selections. I will insert a photograph for you guys so you can see them better, because this did not work out the way I thought it would. You know, to see which group you're drawn to. If you are drawn to more than one group, there probably is going to be more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 1, all of you that selected Ascension, this is going to be your reading all about the unique magic you were born with. All right, so keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to pull from the archetype deck here. We're going to find out your unique magic you were born with. What makes you special? What makes you you? I tell you what, I've had the hardest time getting this reading done. I think someone doesn't want you to have these messages about how unique and brilliant you are. Okay, so it just has been, I cut myself. I injured myself. It's just been one thing after another. It's been crazy. So let's see which card is calling. This card is calling. Maiden. Quirky, assertive, sets boundaries, growth mindset, stands up for beliefs, youthful, feminine, carefree, empowered. So I feel like this is an archetype that you have been born under. You may be a Virgo. You might be a Libra. Okay. You may be a Cancer as well. There's a little Empress energy here too. There's this energy of femininity. Your auntie's got a heavy tongue. But also bravery. The name Arwen comes to mind, and the name Ren comes to mind. The Morgan, Bridget comes to mind. I feel that you were born with a kind of tenacity, a bravery, almost declaration upon your soul. I think you want to be carefree. I think you want to be untamable. You may be a Leo. But there's also this energy about you of wanting to be held as something precious and having somewhere soft to fall. And realizing there is strength in the surrender. A lesson all of us could learn. Beautiful energy here. A gift. A gift you are. Okay, this one wanted to fold out, wanted to flop out. Angel. Helping with no expectations of return, strong connection to the angelic realm, loving, nurturing messengers of the divine. And this feels like you have a unique frequency. And I feel this in your aura. I feel like you have a golden, emerald, sapphire. It depends on who you are. I see different ones, but this energy in your throat chakra, and it beams out with golden light. It feels very, it's like when you reach to touch it, it's intelligent. It is, this energy about you has its own intelligence. It is a guide. It is a protector. You were born with this angel around you. And it may not appear as a typical angel, but it feels like a protective intelligence around you. And it can guide you. For some of you, you channel this energy. For some of you, you engage with this energy. It feels angelic, but it doesn't have to be an angel. This is a frequency. And part of your magical ability is you can connect with this frequency. Not everyone can do this, okay? Not everyone can get in this high vibration, this high resonance, and bring it through, okay? Bringing it through, grounding it through this maiden energy. Maidens. What do maidens do? They're carefree, right? They are empowered, but they have a growth mindset. What are they going to grow? What are they going to become? They bring this energy through this vibration, this frequency. Let's get this one. Performer. Playful, curious, lives in the moment, attracts innovative and outspoken people, exposes problems and challenges with humor. Might be a Leo. Might have an interesting sun natal aspect. Might have an interesting moon, 12th house energy. The thing is, some of you are meant to bring this very high vibe energy through performance, through art, through media, through whatever your gift is. It's so different. All of you are so unique, and each of you have this. It feels like a jewel. It feels like a jewel in your throat chakra. For some of you, it's blue, and it's very hyperdimensional. It's extremely magical. Some of you have a seal around it, and it just needs to be tapped. How do you tap it? How do you unleash it? Because you have the power to do this. I don't usually talk about this. The performer aspect. I kind of leave the creativity open. But I'm going to go into it. I think some of you literally are musical. You're singers, you are podcasters, you're meant to be on stage, you're a dancer, you're a rapper, you're a spoken word artist, you're meant to have your movie scene, you're an actor. This is someone who has the presence to be the next generation of quote unquote star. Now I say star because it's going to be different. It's not going to be the system that it once was. And you're going to get to be a real person. And that really is the secret to unleashing and unlocking this jewel. Because you got a jewel there. The more authentic your voice, and some of you got to find your voice, right? It's your authentic self. Your most authentic self will unlock it. When you start speaking, singing, acting, dancing, doing the art, doing the thing, being the creative that you are, it will unlock. You will find the key. It will be there. When you allow this force, this frequency, this energy that is all around you and you were born with, when you allow it to flow, just flow, and you allow the energy to inspire, to help you create, for you to see the world from a very different perspective, a higher perspective, if you will. It's not higher, it's different. We got to stop labeling things like this because they're different awarenesses. Okay. In the spirit realm, we're all the same. Okay, we're all pretty equal. We're not doing the little race where we're better than each other. Because all this falls away, honey. All this falls away. And all we have are our stories over there of what we did here and our experiences. Oh, we have a lot of other things over there that we're doing, but you know what I'm saying. So you have a gift of bringing through this very powerful, high frequency energy. How you unlock it is through your authentic voice. How do you get there? Through ascension, through growth, through allowing yourself to grow. That can be really hard in a world like this that forces you to shrink yourself. The world saying, no, you're too much. No, you're too loud. No, that's the wrong message. No, they're not going to like it. No, it's not going to be successful. No, they're not going to see you as an artist. All those voices are part of the ascension process. That inner critic, you got to silence that. You got to make room for the good. You have to nurture yourself. It's powerful when you do, when you see. But you have this ability. It's very powerful. The magic you were born with. Don't belittle it, okay? Respect it. Respect this. Respect what the creator within you. And if you believe there's a creator outside of yourself, respect what the creator outside yourself has gifted you with. Because a lot of you have not. Finger, pointing. I know. It's rude. I'm sorry. I apologize. But respect what you've been given. Honor what you've been given. Honor your gifts. Now, many of us have had a hard time with that. But understand that getting to this point of recognizing your gifts, of really sitting with that and realizing how fortunate you are to have the gifts you have and how unleashing them is going to change your life is so important. It's going to be such a worthwhile journey for you. Some of you may have thought, well, I know my gifts. It is what it is. I don't have anything. Oh, you do. Oh, you do. You're in denial. That's okay. That's all right. Be in denial. It's okay. It's part of the process, honey. It's part of the gig. Okay, to be in denial. It's part of what you went through. Because when you are this gifted, when you have this talent, you're going to have a lot of weight pushing down on that. Because these kind of gifts, they disrupt things. They rattle cages. They make people afraid of change. Not afraid of you, but afraid of change. They feel that high vibe. And sometimes it convicts them. They feel the magic in your work. And it scares them. Because what if What if there is more? What if everything I thought is wrong? People don't want to face that kind of stuff. They want to keep going. They want to sleep. Sleep, sleep, deep dreamer. Sleep, sleep, the deep dream. They don't want to wake up. But you can't help it. Even now, in the ninth inning, all bases are loaded. Got one shot to bring them all in. And you still believe there's more. A lot of energies who have been at this a long time are moving forward. They're not really raising the flag, so to speak, to awaken more. They are moving to the next state, the next stage. They are building the next foundations. I feel like you guys right here, y'all are still waking people up because you still believe. We're not done. Y'all are not done. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, lots of people do both things. You know, we're not limited. We can do a lot of things at one time because we are multidimensional. But you know that. You know that. You know all about that. Let's get some more energy here. All about you and the magic, the unique magic you were born with. So, I feel like you have had a hard time. You're probably still having a hard time. We all are having a hard time right now. But the release of some of this built up energy with you working on this gift, it will help. It will be a catharsis for you if you will engage with it. Some of you don't want to engage with this because it may make you, like, I feel that you don't want to. And it probably is because you know on some level that you're going to have to deal with emotions. Emotions of people not supporting you. Emotions of I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Understand that's valid, okay? But you're going to have to surrender that. And don't let that keep you from enjoying the gifts you have. We have so many cards here. So we're just going to do this business right here. We're just going to do this business. We're going to do this business. And I feel like this card and this card and this card. We're going to get 3. We have the underworld, baby doll. What's funny is when I do readings for the coven, a lot of times I will see, when I am going to see Lilith, a lot of times I will have visions of descending in the spiral staircase here. It looks kind of like this, going into one of the places that I often see her, in this kind of round room at the bottom, and each place there's different places there with doors, and she can appear in each one of those places, and they're different. So I feel there is a presence of Lilith here. Unknown. Oh wow. The big leap, huh? It's scary. Change is scary. Being different is scary. Especially in this world. Right now. But sometimes it is harder to stay small and to stay oppressed and to stay suppressed than it is just to let it out, to go for it. Here's the thing. If you go for it and fail, at least you did it. You know? And here's the thing about failing at something you really want to do. is that it's not really failure. You're learning how to do something. Okay. You're learning. You're growing. And it is a learning process. And I think for you, that's very important, because with this performer card and you're bringing in this angel energy, right? It can be very easy to get caught up in this high vibe and think everything's going to always be okay and it's just going to be wonderful and people are going to be drawn to me and it's just going to work out. And perhaps, okay, but the truth is that you have to nurture your talent, okay? You have to invest in your talent. You have to believe in your talent. You have to believe in your abilities. If you want the universe and the collective to believe in you enough to be drawn to you and your message, you have to magnetize yourself. Especially if you've never been magnetized around this before. How do you do that? By working on it, by investing time and energy and passion. It's something you're passionate about. Passion means that even when you get discouraged, you still do it because it's what you want to do. Even when you fail, even when you leap and you fail, you're just like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it until I can fly. And it might take one time and it might take 25 times. But eventually, baby, I'm going to get there. I'm going to fly. And we have presence here. This really is not that easy, okay? This is about you understanding the power of your presence. This is growth, okay? You were born with this power, but it's something you have to connect with. You have the ability to hold people's attention. You have the ability to speak, sing, translate through art, through whatever, messages that will hold people's attention. 1446 on my clock. But you have to be in presence of this higher vibration. So it's not just an automatic thing. There is a connection here that you were born with. Now, you want me to tell you how you got it? How you got this presence? How you got this gift, really? Because you worked in high frequencies and you've done it a few times. You've been a musician, a very famous musician. Okay. Now, some of you played a harp. Okay. Like a harp thing. I'm seeing a lyre. A lyre. Is that how you say it? Okay. You were well known for that back in the day. Okay. In ancient times, you were rad. Okay. But I see someone playing a harpsichord. I see someone playing a piano. Now, I will tell you, I see someone leading a grand orchestra. And people are wearing like Baroque clothing. Like everything feels very Baroque. Okay. Now, there are artists in this group. Okay. And some of you were kind of taken too soon, right? And your work was amazing. It was inspiring. It inspires people today. So a lot of you have these different creative gifts from other experiences multidimensionally. There's all kinds of, there is an actress here. You all probably know. There is an actor here. There is a child actor here. Um, there is, there's a lot of different, there's writers, there's several writers here. So these are things you're born with, and several of you may be blocked. You may be unable to create, and I encourage you to, instead of trying to overcome the block of the creativity, to lean into your authenticity, to discover more about yourself, to lean more into the truth of who you are. Follow the breadcrumbs of your truth, even when it's difficult, as long as it's legal and sane and all that stuff. But, follow the things that you're interested in. A lot of us may have belief systems that we're very narrowly aligned with, and we don't really follow the breadcrumbs of interest. Maybe you've always been interested in Egypt, but you've never really allowed yourself to go there. Well, maybe by investing time in Egypt, you discover that perhaps you had a past life, or perhaps you're drawn to a goddess or a god form, or perhaps you're drawn to make jewelry, right? Or you're drawn to make things with crystals, or you just never know what your natural curiosity is going to bring to you. And learning is good. It's good for your brain. And I feel like this group has so much to offer. Not just the world, but yourself. It's never too late to enrich your life with the gifts you've been given. All right? Okay, group one, that's what I received for you. I hope this was an interesting and a helpful reading. I really enjoyed reading it for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey group two, all of you that selected roots. This is going to be your reading all about the unique magic you were born with. Alright, so keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So we have ancestry, legacy, tradition. So this is big energy. Okay, big energy. So let's see what we got here. Let's pull from the archetype deck here. Tell me about my group two. Their unique magic that they were born with. Tell me about the unique magic they were born with. Once more. The unique magic. Oops. They were born with. Doesn't want to shuffle. Doesn't want to. Okay. The unique magic they were born with. Tell me about this unique magic they were born with. Oops. Well, that one flew out. Father. Inspirational, law and order, disciplined, rational, frees others to explore and learn, understanding, protector, oversees others. That's kind of like boss energy. Masculine energy, divine masculine energy. That doesn't mean you're masculine. We all have masculine and feminine energies. So tell me more. Tell me more about these gifts. This magic. We have gambler, confident, thrill seeker, bold and daring, enjoys risks, calculating, cool and collected, lucky, lives life to the fullest, adventurous. Ooh, okay. Go between. Let's see. I'm not reading the reversals. We have level-headed, craves harmony, resolution, mediator, peacemaker, right timing, patient, helps others, feel heard, observational skills. Woo! I feel like a lot of protective energy here, but I do feel like you're brave. You're not afraid to take a risk. More than bravery, you're a risk taker. And I feel like you're lucky. This card talks about luck too. But I feel like you are loving. You're a loving person. And I feel like you're probably good with animals and children. They both probably really like you. I think you can be a good communicator. You can be a very good protector, but I do think you have a little temper sometimes, and that's okay, right? That's all right. I keep picking up on like I have a little temper, but I think it, I think it comes out when people do your loved ones or the things you believe in wrong. Um, and I think that centers around like injustice to those unfortunate people or those less fortunate or those struggling people or children or animals. I think you have a really good heart. I think you were born with a kind of compassionate soul, but in almost a warrior type structure. Okay. Like as I feel this energy, I'm feeling a lot of Aries energy. Okay. I'm feeling a lot of Taurus energy, a lot of Capricorn energy. I'm feeling a lot of Libra energy. Okay. Um, I'm just feeling someone who will speak up, who will stand up, is unafraid and very fierce. You may have some aspects with Saturn that are highly favored. There are some aspects of Saturn where you can be highly favored. Um, People often forget that Libra is exalted in Saturn, so you really don't want to mess with Libra. Okay, they can really mess things up for you. So, I feel like you're a fair person. Okay, I think you have a gift for harmony and peace. Um, you may be a counselor. You may work in law. I think if you have kids, I think you are gifted with them. I think you're very good with your kids. I think you're a very good parent. Some people are born to be parents, okay? Not everyone, okay? I mean, some people have kids, but they aren't parents. There's a difference. Not everyone has the skills to be a parent, unfortunately. And it's something we really need to work on. We need to work on preparing people to be parents. But I feel like you have this ability to be a wonderful parent, be it a fur baby, be it a baby baby, be it you parent yourself. Okay. Because I do feel like there is some of you who have been really hurt. And it may have to do with a masculine or a father figure. Okay. So let's keep going here because I feel like there's more in this deck for you. Tell me more about my group too. It feels like you may take risky behavior because of this energy. And I just want to clarify the gifts here. We have quite a few that came out. Magical child. There you are. You magical, magical child. We have, it's hard to tell which one is up. Okay. Daydreams and engages in imaginative play. Fun childhood sees sacred beauty in the world, represents the part of us which is enchanting. Okay. You were born with this magical energy. It's beautiful. But I keep feeling like some of you are possibly in the reverse of this right now. You may be cynical, you may be disillusioned because of this masculine energy. Okay? Don't let the negative keep you from seeing the positive in yourself. Okay? Don't allow what's happened to you keep you from seeing your own unique magic. All right? We have accountant, thorough investment, stability, happiness, financial news, beginning, savings, prosperity, pleasure, security. We have caregiver, generous, selfless, protective, optimistic, quick to forgive, humble, stable, reliable, structured, proactive, caring, compassionate. Despite what you've been through, you are a very compassionate person. It may be because of what you've been through that you are so compassionate. I feel like you seek stability and you have the ability to have stability in your life. Perhaps you are, I feel that. Roots. So your gift, your magical, unique, the unique magic you were born with is that you are a generational curse breaker, pattern breaker. Probably a lot of you have had issues with your family. This may have to do with issues, all kinds of different issues, okay? Yeah, that's what this feels like. We have inventor, risk taker, again, relate to the physical world, intuitive, persistent, leader, fixer, builder, repairer, and there you are. Trying to fix it all, right? And it feels like some of you are in the fixing stage of this. Some of you are in trying to fix it, trying to make it better, trying to make it all better. And some of you have gotten to the point where you're like, I can't make it better. And that is the tipping point. When we realize that we cannot make it better, that this is not a we make it better, this is an I make my life better. I am responsible for me. It's a detachment from the toxic connection, no longer being codependent. Whatever the father represents here, it's a major healing. It's a major healing. Like healing yourself, healing family. You have major healing energy. You may be a caregiver. You may be a nurse. You may be in medicine. You may be a counselor. You may be a great friend. You may be a mom, a dad, a parent, a real parent. You may be a real friend. People have a lot of friends. People they call friends. But when it really comes down to it, they haven't got anyone. Not really. Your unique, magical gifts, the unique magic you're born with, is powerful. It also feels very painful. This feels like painful work. You have ancestors around you encouraging you. You have ancestors wishing they could do more to help you. Wishing they could have been the one to help you. I see many ancestors here. Some are crying because they know this is painful work to break the cycle, to break the chain. The unique magic you're born with is that you're building a new legacy. You are so powerful. You're building a new line. a new possibility. This is energetic. It's etheric. It's in your chakras. It's within your family. When you heal others within your family line. It's extremely powerful. You're changing the game. And when you do this kind of work, it is a gift. It is a gift you have. It's a magical ability. Because not everyone has the ability to do this. Many times you walk alone. You have to gamble a lot of times on yourself. You have to be brave. You have to be willing to be the outcast sometimes. You have to be willing to stand alone. You have to be willing to be without a family, without a friend. It is the path few walk. And so when I tell people you're the generational curse breaker, you're the pattern breaker, whatever you want to say, you break the toxic patterns. I say it with a tone of, I'm sorry, because although it can be an inspirational journey and you will inspire people, I know that inspiration comes at a cost. People hear my story about being in bed for 6 years and all the stuff that happened in my life, and they feel very inspired. But also, that inspiration came at pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. So I understand that your journey is probably extremely powerful and inspiring and may help people one day to hear your story, to hear you speak, to hear you talk about it, etc. But I want to give pause for a moment for what you've actually been through, because I feel that here. I feel the loss. I feel the outcast energy. I feel the aloneness. I know what it's like to be alone. I know what it's like to have absolutely no one, not a soul. I've done a lot of things on my own, and no one really believed I could do it, but I did it. Sometimes you are enough. I'm going to tell you something. You, my friend, are enough. You got that thing. You got that gift. And I'm going to tell you, when I look in your energy, when I see your energy, it radiates with a power. And the energy I feel in it feels like iron, but not dense like iron, not dense like steel or titanium or something. It's energetic. It is a strong, energetic field of protection around you. And it's interlaced with the boldness. In boldness, there is no comfort. Being bold does not bring comfort. And many times boldness brings a feeling of, was that the right thing? Did I do the right thing? There's a lot of doubt behind boldness. You do it, and then you're like, did I? Should I? Would I? I don't know. There's a lot of psychology behind boldness. You go for it, and then you have to just sit with it. It requires a certain kind of person and a certain kind of bravery, especially when that boldness has to do with your life, when you're betting on yourself and nobody else is betting on you and no one else thinks you should even be betting on yourself. You talk about a long shot. You talk about a gambler. Because there's something within you that knows you're worth it. And these are the voices of your ancestors. Do not for 1 minute downplay this. These are the voices of your ancestors from long ago. You were born with this. Your ancestors, when you incarnated, before you incarnated, it's like they have a homing device on you. They're there to support you. And some of you have ancestors around you constantly. They want to help you. Ask them to help you, okay? They're pulling for you. They're gambling on you. They're behind you. They'll help bring you luck. They'll help bring in luck for you. Some of you guys need a turn of luck. Ask your ancestors. This magical child and caregiver, this is part of your magical ability. Not everyone can do this. Not everyone can care or has this level of compassion. You were born with this. Nurture it. Nurture yourself. Being someone who breaks generational stuff, deals in generational energies, it's hard. Life can be very difficult to maneuver. People can be very complicated. And many times you'll find yourself really in a corner and you'll feel drained. You will feel burnout. You will burn out very, very intensely. So you have to make time to take care of yourself, caregiver. Okay. It's very important for you because you are highly intuitive. You're empathic. You're an empath and you were born with it. Okay. I need you to stop trying to fix everybody all the time. Okay. You don't need to be in fix it mode all the time. You can't fix everybody. I need you to remember this. You cannot fix everyone. And you shouldn't try. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. Okay, let's get some more energy for you guys. The unique magic you were born with. Okay, we have Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. You're going to have some resolution in your life. You're going to have some harmony and peace. You may not have it right now, but understand this energy is growing around you. I see it. I actually see it kind of pulling to you, like you're attracting this energy to you. And we have inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. This is what you're doing right now. You're laying foundations for more harmony and peace in your life. Okay? This is the hard part. Okay, as you do this, you're attracting the energy at the same time. But this is difficult. Laying foundations is very difficult because you're laying the foundations as you work through a lot of this dense energy with this energy, like having to overcome some of the issues. And some of the issues feel extremely dense. And I know it can take a while to work through this. It can take years, you know. Please seek help if you need it, okay? I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you. I think it's important that we always recognize when we need help, okay? Outside help. I do believe that for you, one of the most magical things for your unique magic you were born with is when it really manifests, is when this issue here, when you're able to kind of not let it go, but you can heal enough where you feel like you can move on. Moving on doesn't mean you can't revisit it. Moving on just means I'm going to move on for now and I'm going to come back to that when I need to. Because the truth is, some wounds are going to need to be tended to probably for many years. And that's just reality. And instead of staying on the wound and staying on it until it heals, what we can do is live life. And we can heal. We can see where we are with our healing. And then once we're healed to that point, we can integrate the healing and we can live a little. We can see what happens. If we get triggered, well, we can go back to that wound. We can do some shadow work. We can do whatever, do some healing. It doesn't have to be all or none. Okay. Healing isn't always like that. People want it to be. They want to wrap it up, put it in a box, wrap it up with a bow, and say, it's done. Okay. But in all reality, it doesn't work that way. Okay. People are complicated and situations are complicated. All right. And I feel like stability is a major factor for you. And I feel it with some of the interactions in your life, okay? And I feel that that's part of allowing this energy through, okay? And I think allowing the peace and harmony to kind of flow may be difficult. And so it's important that you allow transition. Allow yourself to transition out of density and into presence. Okay. It's a healing process. I feel like you're so committed to kind of like getting through it and getting through it and getting through it. And you care so much for people outside yourself that you're not taking time to honor this magical child energy, and you really need to. Okay. This is a gift. This is a magical ability you have. And some of you are very magical. You're highly creative. You actually have magical ability. You can make change with using herbs and the stars. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're psychic. You may be a spirit medium. You may have, like I said, your ancestors are around you. You may do root work. You may work with trees and flowers and dirt and water. And if you don't, this is a gift that you have. Okay. This is a magical ability that you have. And you may also be an amazing cook. Okay. You may be able to just cook like nobody's business. I want to tell you that all of this stuff you can enchant with energy. Okay. Very powerful, very potent, very, very potent. Okay. This may pass down through your ancestors. Some of you have a very powerful ancestor who did this work. Okay. For some of you, this is through a heavy line of ants. And what I mean is they went through a lot. They went through a lot. I feel a lot of torment in this line. And they want to help you break this. Okay. And I feel this energy for different people for different reasons, but it feels like the ancestors want to help. Okay. They're very powerful. Do not underestimate this power that you have. It's like they're passing it to you. They're inflowing it to you. So you just have to accept this. Okay. You have to do a thing and accept this. And it's yours. You're born with it, but you have to consciously accept it. Okay. You have to say, yes, I acknowledge that I have this ability. Okay. It's going to work like that for you. I acknowledge that I have this ability. I have this. You may naturally have been drawn to these things, making tinctures, healing with natural medicine, healing with food, say salves. I was going to say salves, lotions, all kinds of things. Don't underestimate this. Okay, you guys are very magical, and your ancestors are there with you. All right. Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful and insightful reading. I really enjoyed reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected the pack, this is going to be your reading all about the unique magic you were born with. All right, so keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I'm going to try to keep my Band-Aid on. It keeps wanting to fall off, but I'm going to try to keep it on. All right, so we have inner work, deep connections, soul tribe. All right. This energy feels good. It really does. It feels very homey. It feels very much like I found my home. I found my place. I found my people. So let's see what is going on with you. Tell me about the unique magic that my group 3 was born with. Tell me about my group 3. I think you have the ability to bring people together. You have the ability to make people have this feeling of home. Oh wow! I just spilled the whole deck, went everywhere. I'm just throwing it everywhere. Hang on. Okay, you got several. I'm not going to take them all, but I am going to take quite a few. Okay, we have the Weaver, tough and imperfectly perfect. Truth teller, steady attention, brings rewards, magical content, content, and not suffering from FOMO wise. Beautiful. We have epicure, no reversals. Adventurous, insatiable appetite, open, upbeat, optimistic, open to possibilities, playful options, excellent communicator. I feel air here. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We have persona, systematic and intentional efforts, inclusive, empathic, memorable, protective facade, good public image, suitable for society, mystery. Scorpio. Environmentalist, physically fit, harmony, healthy, fearless, perpetually curious, loves family, holistic, balanced, transforming, removes obstacles. I think people love you. I do. I think people fall in love with you. Detached manipulator. Promises freedom, shares information, calculating, influenced by money, stealth, goal-oriented, guru, specialized knowledge. You have magnetic energy, and I think people are drawn to you. I think you have style. I think you have class. I think you're enchanting. You may have been drawn to group 1. I feel like you make people feel comfortable. You make people feel at home. You were born with this. Maybe it's Maybelline. I feel like you care about the world. You may be an Aquarius. There's a bigger picture here, Gen Z. There's a bigger picture here, Gen X. Millennials. I feel like there's something you're crafting. You're here to craft. You're here to put together. It may be you actually make things with your hands. I'm seeing all different kinds of crafty things. I'm also seeing businesses. I'm seeing ideas. I'm seeing AI businesses. I'm seeing social media. I'm seeing people changing what they're doing, Capricorn, changing what they're doing and investing time, seeing where they need to go, seeing where the true harvest lies. You have this ability. Some of you have not picked up on the fact that you have this ability to see where to put your energy, where to put your time. You have this ability. You can sync with money. You can sync with resources. You are a master manifester. Okay. They say, detached manipulator. You are a master manifester. You know how to manipulate energies. Okay. You can absolutely vibe with the energy of money. You can vibe with the energy of just about anything you want. Okay. Some of you are not cued in with this ability. There may be blocks to it, and that's just part of your life journey, is to figure out how to open this awareness up that you can manifest stuff. Now, you may have had experiences in your life where you've manifested a lot of negative stuff. Like you've said, well, I'm going to end up blah, blah, blah. And you did. Maybe you even got stuck because you were so good at it and you were so, the intention, the way you said it was so intense and there was so much energy behind it. Now imagine if you flip that and you put that much energy and passion into intention of something good. Okay. Some of you have the ability to have like a lifestyle channel or book. There's something about fashion. There's something about like the way you look. You're beautiful. You're very attractive. Perhaps you're trying to be a model or an influencer. You should do that. Some of you are highly blessed by Venus or Aphrodite. And you should pursue that. I feel a Marilyn Monroe vibe here, really strong. I feel love goddess energy coming in very strong. Some of you are children of a love goddess, okay, in a past life. You may have worked in her temples. I'm feeling like highly blessed and you don't even know it. Once you connect with that blessing, you're going to see a lot of these internal psychic hits really start to make sense. This goddess loves you so, so much and wants to help you. So if that's new to you, and it might be, you should look into that. Some of you, it's Ishtar. It goes back. It goes way, way back. Okay. I'm also seeing Isis here and Hathor. Is that Freya? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's get some more energy here. Tell me more about my group 3, the magic they were born with. What magic? Unique magic. You can weave your magic. You can weave new timelines. You can weave new possibilities. You just have to connect to this. Okay? You can draw people to you. You can draw whatever you need to you. Okay? Inner work, deep connection, soul tribe. So the inner work is most important for you. You got to clear out a lot of the density that it's in your heart chakra. Okay? And there's a confidence issue for some of you. You have the vision, you have the thing that you want to do, and you have the style, you have the grace, you have the face, but you don't believe in yourself. Probably because no one has ever really believed in you. And I'm going to tell you why. envy, jealousy. Okay. Even other attractive people can be jealous of another attractive person. Okay. Just because of insecurity. Okay. Insecurity and inability to achieve. I feel like you may have attractive people who are jealous of you who are not talented. Okay. You are talented. You may be drawn to group one. You are talented. There is something about persona here. Persona, I immediately go to the arts with persona. Because many people who work in the arts, whatever, writers, actors, musicians for sure, they take on a persona to do what they do. Sasha Fierce, persona, Beyonce. They go into different, some albums can be a whole persona, like a whole, when they made albums. I mean, they don't really make out, some people do, but you know what I'm saying? Like they present a whole character, and that's the album. That's the vision, right? For some of you, I want to encourage you to develop your vision, to develop this persona, okay? For some, this isn't a mask, okay? This is an expression of your soul, okay? And you are meant to be seen. You are meant to be seen. You are too pretty. You are too attractive. And you are too enchanting to be hiding behind some doors, okay? And I know some of you do not believe in yourself. Some of you are hiding. Some of you are scared. And I get it. I do. But baby doll, do it. Just do the thing. Because I believe in you. I see it here. The thing is that you're a good person. You're such a good person. We have celebration. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to have reasons to celebrate. I know this is hard for you to hear. Give me some more energy here for my group 3. I feel like some of you are down, like nothing is happening. This is a timeless reading, but while this reading is going on, there are so many planets in retrograde, and we're having a vicious Mercury retrograde in Leo. We have Libra is in Mars, and we have just everything's in the refrigerator. I mean, the microwave, refrigerator, microwave, whatever. They're basically not complying. Okay. So you may feel kind of stagnant. Okay. Some of us are going through our Chiron return. So there's that. So you may have feelings, and it's okay. You may feel like, really, really this, really Amy, really Auntie Amy, how's this going to happen? Listen, it's not your job to know exactly how it's going to unfold, okay? It is your job to jump on the happy train and be like, okay, celebration. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slip into my most authentic, stylish, having it together. Yes, fierce. Yes, me. Yes, beauty. Yes, handsome. Yes, I have something to say. It's me. That is what you need to do. Put on your most authentic self. Be creative. Allow yourself to shine. And listen, it may not be perfect at first. And listen, it's okay for it not to be. And I know that's hard to hear because I am a perfectionist. And I've had to let go of so many things. In fact, I purposely leave imperfections in my videos because I am imperfect. It's very hard. And when I go back and see them, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I left that in the video. But we are human and we are imperfect. And it's important that you remember you're human and imperfect because it will help you connect with people. and it will help you have more grace for yourself. If you stop expecting yourself to be some robot or android and you start saying, okay, this is me, imperfect and all, and I'm going to show up. There's something about you showing up that is so, so important. So celebrate. Celebrate. You know what? Celebrate yourself right now. Right now. Adventure. Adventure awaits you. Adventure awaits you. You're meant to be out there in it. Okay? Your gift is to be among the peoples. Okay? And, you know, I had this for the first group. I do feel like you may be a little different though, because I feel like you're a manifester first and foremost. So for some of you, being out amongst the people may look like you have a soul tribe. You have a group of people that you are out amongst, okay? And they're your big friends, big family. You find your home. I think you feel like home to many people. What you have to do is you have to find the people that feel like home for you. I feel like this will help you unleash more of your gifts, more of your magic in the world. And you are magical, okay? You are magical in the way that you can enchant a room full of people. And you may not think so, but you can. There's something about the way you smile. There's something about the way you laugh. There's something about your presence that makes people remember happy moments, joyful moments. People get distracted from heaviness, from stress. Now, some people get triggered and start thinking, oh, I'm not the prettiest diamond in the room. I'm not the shiniest diamond in the room. Those people have issues with themselves, and that is not a reflection on you. So I know for some of you that might make you shrink yourself if you know you're making somebody else feel bad. And you have to realize that we all have our own journeys. And you have to stop not showing up because you're afraid to hurt people's feelings. If your fierceness hurts someone's feelings, if your boldness, your beauty, your handsomeness, your attractiveness, you're speaking your words and laughing and having a good time, and you being out there in the world, if that triggers somebody, that's them. You're just living your life, doing your thing, expressing yourself, being your magical self, manifesting. There is adventure ahead for you. There is some happy times ahead. And this really comes from you being you authentically. All of these messages have been about being authentic. Authenticity is the future. We've had enough of fakeness. And, you know, the future is going to have more AI. It's going to have more artificial intelligence. It's going to have more like robots and androids and things like that. And because of that, and there's going to be more kinds of plastic surgery and augmentation of us with AI and things like that. So humans being authentic, humans choosing to not correct things about their face, humans aging, things like that. Those kind of things will be seen by some as but by some as beautiful. Those are unique, will become unique characteristics in a world full of people who are all augmented. There's a beauty in seeing imperfection as the perfection of nature. That is you in a perfected form in nature. Does nature make mistakes? So there is a beautiful energy here unfolding with group 3. And it really is about a human evolving into a strong force of authenticity and being delightful, being like living almost a magical type life and being an enchanting force of what a human can be and manifesting at such a rate and doing it naturally as if it is in your blood to do so. And I feel like once you really connect with this, a lot of things will make sense in your life. And I think you will see more beauty in yourself and will see less struggle in your life. How do you get the universe to, interact with you? How do you get it to react to your manifestations? How do you do that? And I feel like for you, there is a piece here with walking fully into persona, presence, self, and allowing self to be as big and bold as it needs to be and not shrinking, not becoming something that you're not to make other people happy. We have the hangman. Tell me more. We have the magician. There you go. There you go. There's that manifesting energy. And we have the page of wands. So this energy you're in, it feels like this may be your current energy. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you cannot get things going, okay, take this as an opportunity for you to experiment with your power of manifestation. Manifest your way out of it. The cards say, Spirit says, you have everything you need. Okay? You have everything you need. Use the connections you have with Spirit. Some people do not foster deep connections with their spirits. Some of you, this is your pack, okay? And you're not utilizing your pack. You're not asking them to help you get out of this energy. Some of you just accept this energy as part of your process. Maybe it's time to say, okay, I've outgrown this part of the process. I don't want to do this right now anymore. Like, I need movement. So what do? You manifest your way out of it, okay? I'm feeling this energy here. Tell me about it. 7 of Wands here. See, there's a block here, is what I'm feeling, okay? This is the inner work. This is what this represents to me, is inner work. And I'm reading it intuitively to a degree. I feel like you need clarity on how to get out of this. It's almost like you want to manifest this, okay? And you're like in your head, like, yes, I can do this. Auntie Amy told me this is my unique magic I was born with. Okay, I agree. But then it's like, but I don't know, you know. And there is a almost defensive stance, like, it's a subconscious thing, okay? That's the work you have to do. Okay, I would say it's an energy that you have from when you were young. And it needs to be worked through. Working through it is going to help you get motion to the stagnation, okay? It's going to help you get motion to this. But you have to work through this energy. It's from when you were young, and it just says, what I feel here is we don't have time or energy to be manifesting anything. Like, you got to do the work. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Okay? Tell me more. That bottom one wants to come out. We have the Emperor. You can manifest it, okay? But also, you got to ease up control of how things manifest. I'm feeling this as a limited idea of how things should manifest. And this Emperor energy has a very, like, telescope idea. It's very limited. I'm literally seeing like a scope coming out of someone's head, and it's pinpointed. And when we manifest, yes, we want to be very, very pinpointed about it, but we also want to allow for possibility here. And that's where the magician comes in. When you manifest, you got to allow some wonder. You got to allow some magical possibility into your manifestations, okay? You got to believe. You got to hope. You got to get a little delulu sometimes. It doesn't mean that you stay there and are not logical, but when you work in manifestation, it works by emotion. It works by how you feel. And sometimes to get to the feeling, we have to get a little wacky, okay? And it feels like we have this very stern energy that's very focused here and is unable to kind of like release this energy of the master manifester. And that is the block. That's what we have to do. That is your inner work, okay? And you need to call in your pack, the spirits you work with, God. You need to pray. You need to chant. You need to seek the within, the deep work within. This block here, it's really all about you and expansion. Expanding your viewpoint of what you deserve, what you're worth. This really is about you and what your gifts are worth, what you think you're worth. And for some reason, someone has told you that these things aren't for you. And there is the seat of the work. You have to start treating yourself better. We have the Fool. You're going on a new journey. When you let go of expectations of yourself and others, and you work in flow, and you release as much of the past as you can. It's hard. You have to ask for awareness of these thoughts that block you. You have to move, even if it's kind of scary. Now, I'm not saying that you do things that are dangerous or may cause a lot of problems or anything like that. What I'm saying is that if there's something you want to do, but it feels a little uncomfortable, that's probably the move. Okay? If it means putting yourself out there, if it means leaning into your magic, your craft, and maybe you haven't really done that. Maybe you've done the work, but you've never really emotionally gone there. That's key for you. Go there emotionally. Let yourself dream. Let yourself build a big emotional moment. Go there. Be Delulu. Do it. And then after you're done, release it. See what happens. You might be really surprised. Your emotional center is what is going to help you become a master manifester. I think you have a lot of the other things down, most of you. I think there's an element within that's the key for you. All right. Okay, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful and interesting reading. I really enjoyed doing this one for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.